Shake your pom poms. Shake, shake, shake. Kimberly F. Brown, she'll roll up on your hometown. She supports the good, but if you're doing wrong, you better watch yourself. If you're cruel and full of spite, she'll shut you down. One wrong step and it's to the ground. She don't play nice with clowns. Brown, 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 on Cleveland, she'll lift you up or tear you down, depending on what you got going on. That darn Tom Brown, Brown. She helps the folks in every way. Her light shines bright like midday. She hates the lies, she seeks the truth. She'll call you out and show the proof. She'll clean the streets, she'll get them right. She works all day, she works all night. She loves or hates based on your deeds. Don't cross her path, don't plant your weeds. Brown, 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 on Cleveland, she'll lift you up or tear you down, depending on what you got going on. That darn Brown, Brown, Brown. Brown, brown, on Cleveland, she'll lift you up or tear you down, depending on what you got going on. That darn Brown, Brown. Shake your pom-poms. Shake, shake, shake your pom-poms.
You know what, you guys? I'm probably the only African American, Black woman, colored woman in the world who has absolutely no rhythm. Don't care, don't care, don't care. Friday evening, welcome to the Little Hut podcast. Shake your pom poms, shake your pom poms. Damn it, shake your pom poms. And always remember that you don't have to be a star, baby. You don't have to be a star, baby. You don't have to be a star, baby, to be on this show. You don't have to be a star, but damn it, you got to be bold. Yeah. Friday evening, welcome inside the Little Hut podcast. There are three things that we are going to talk about today. I got Self on my right, and I got Little Kimmy standing by. Yeah, and Kimmy is fired up tonight. But of course, before we go on, gotta say hello to my girls. New Beginnings 1111 Creations. That's Angie Marie, and I saw her this evening over at Flavor. Don't forget, if you're looking for shirts, hoodies, jackets, tumblers, mugs, team uniforms, call Angie Marie. She could take care of you just like, told you I have no rhythm, just like that. Call her at 216-395-7335. And I was over at Flavor Restaurant tonight for a little bit. And Flavor is located at 12540 Rockside Road over in Garfield Heights. So listen, stop by tonight because I got a live band. Go see Rhonda and her sisters and get you some of the best soul food in the land. And don't forget, if you own a daycare, damn right. And if you're looking for your little people to have breakfast, lunch, and a healthy snack, call Rhonda. Right now, she will take care of you. Well, not right now, but, Monday through Friday and maybe Saturday too at 216-510-0919. That's 216-510-0919. 0919. Again, welcome, welcome, welcome to the Little Hut Podcast. Yeah. And let me throw in this shameless plug. Don't forget, coming up on December 13th, the Black Women Commission of Cuyahoga County and the Women Commission for Education and Training, we have our annual luncheon for the women. Yes, it's going to be great, 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 great. Make sure you inbox me and get your tickets today because it's going to be sold out because all of our events are always sold out and you definitely want to be in the house with some of the best women leaders in the region. Damn right. Join me. Join the Black Women Commission of Cuyahoga County and the Women Commission for Education and Training for an afternoon filled with inspirational speakers, networking, music, fun, raffles. I mean, the entire 9 yards. Brown, 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 that damn brown on Cleveland. Shameless plug because they didn't pay me for that. But, sometimes I just do what I got to do. So listen, you guys, real quick. I need to tell you guys this. This week, I went to a fair for the veterans, right? And, I'm unpacking my stuff because I'm working, my 9 to 5, and I have to have my table together. And several people who were at the fair, they came to me, and this is crazy because I got a little offended, but these folks are actually listening tonight because I know they are because they told me they love the Little Hut podcast. Mhm. All of my 2 viewers, but that's okay because the 2 viewers have turned into thousands and thousands of thousands. Yep. Don't believe me? Check out my YouTube channel and don't forget to subscribe. But at any rate, I had several people come up to me talking about, hey, Brown on Cleveland. I said, yeah, they said, I like Self. I like little Kimmy. Ooh, I like that Self. But then I said to myself, hell, what the hell am I? It trips me out that folk don't like me, but they like Self and little Kimmy. I don't know if I should be what? Oh. Self, Self said, Self told me, don't be a hater. Self better mind her business because Self is on the verge of getting fired. What? She said to her little Kimmy, oh, okay. Threats, threats, threats. What those threats? Y'all better stop making those threats because I can fight. Self said, oh, Self trying to go below the belt, y'all. She want to talk about when I was in the 9th grade. Yeah, that girl did beat me up, did she? Self said when I was in the 9th grade and I was getting on a school bus, a girl named Selena Williams dragged me off the bus and beat me up. That's true. And watch this. This is a sidebar. Every time I see Selena, her last name is no longer Williams, but she's a director over at Children and Family Services. And every time I see her, I just bust out laughing because I remember when she did jack me up at the bus stop. But listen, that's when I was in the 9th grade, but you can't do that now. So self want to go back down memory lane. She better get her some business. But listen, you guys, we're gonna talk about tonight. We're going to talk about these judges on the bench being serious and why we should remove some of them from the bench because I don't know if they're more concerned about politics or safety in the community or us being safe. They be too involved, too engulfed in politics, and they need to mind their damn business. And yes, I'm talking about the judges tonight. But listen, real quick, tonight I had to go over to Flavor Southern Cuisine, and I have my guy with me tonight. Yeah, some of y'all something else, boy. Yeah, some people had the opportunity to meet him because he doesn't come out that much because I don't like people all in our business, But I took him out today because hey, he wanted to hang out today, so I said, "Come on, babe, you can come out with me, and you can meet some of the people that I work with as far as campaigns and things." So tonight that damn Dana D. Anderson, who won that election over that guy who say he owns Miss O's, but he really don't. But forget about that. Tonight she had her celebratory just some friends got together over at Flavor. That place was packed. And, Dana was over there shaking her pom-poms, shaking her pom-poms. Damn it, she was shaking her pom-poms. And I want to put this sidebar out there because I'm going to be a little messy right now. Dana Anderson, y'all, she took that microphone tonight and she was talking about how she's going to be the new council president of Maple Heights, which in fact is true. And she also alluded to the fact that she's one step away from that mayor seat. And let me put this sidebar out there for all of the haters who are listening to this show. Understand this, that God willing, make me able, when Dana D. Anderson is ready to move into that mayor seat, guess who's going to be the campaign manager? So y'all tell y'all girl over there, she might as well start, packing up because she ain't gonna be there that long. So y'all don't need to be befriending her because we know that y'all follow titles rather than follow the truth. Brown on Cleveland. Yep, I said it. All right. Now, here's something else I want to say. Self. When we were at Flavor Restaurant tonight, right? I'm sitting there. I got my lemonade. My guy got his Budweiser beer because that's what he drinks, right? And we sitting there minding our own business. Y'all know how I feel about people all in my business. I don't like that. So a lady sits next to me and she says this. She says, Brown? I said, yes. She says, you're Kimberly Brown? I said, yes. She says, I listened to the podcast. I said, okay. She says, I understand that you have a court hearing coming up. I said, first I said to myself, I did say to self, I said, this chick all in my business. Why she in my business? I said, okay, well, that's true. And then this is what she gonna say. I said, I do have a court hearing coming up. I said, because of some bullshit that happened during the election. I said, I don't even know this person, never had a conversation with this person. I said, so I don't even know why I have a court hearing, but in lieu of the fact, I gotta go because this is how these court things work. You have people who press charges on you and you don't know nothing about the charges. You ain't never seen them before. You never met them before, but they make up stuff. So, y'all, this is what she gonna say. She gonna say, pay attention to Mayor Kim Thomas. I said, I said, what? She said, yeah, Mayor Kim Thomas. I said, Mayor Kim Thomas? I said, what's she got to do with my court hearing? She said, don't that girl who filed charges on you, them charges, she said, don't she work for Richmond Heights? I said, I don't know, maybe. She says, watch Kim Thomas. And I start thinking, and I start asking self. I said, self? What is this? I said, I know damn well that mayor in Richmond Heights ain't minding my business. Because y'all know me. If you mind my business, I'm damn sure gonna mind yours. Self said, but Kim, remember when you wrote about her in Newsbreak? I said, yeah. Self said, wasn't she around here talking about that lady, Maisha Hedden, because she was around here with that fake wall and she put her picture up there like she was the first Black woman, but she wasn't. I said, yeah. Self said, that's why she's still mad. I said, mad? I said, she mad at the truth? Self said, yeah. Because she was running around here talking about she was the first Black woman, knowing damn well she wasn't telling the truth. And you busted her ass. I said, damn. Self said, yeah. I said, but what does she have to do with this court hearing? Self said, the lady said, just watch. I said, okay, we're going to watch. I'm going to tell you like this, y'all. If y'all know her, that mayor at Richmond Heights, this is a warning. This is a warning. This is a warning. Talk about me in private. I'm going to talk about you in public. Tell it on me. I'm going to tell the truth on you. Mind my business, and I'm damn sure go mind yours. Then the lady going to say this, y'all. This is what she going to say. She going to say, you know that Mayor Thomas and Mayor Blackwell, they good friends. I said, what? She said, yeah, they besties. And I started thinking. I said, so when did this happen? Self said, it happened when you started telling the truth about that dum-dum lady. I said, which dum-dum are you talking about? She said, you know, the one in Maple. I said, oh, Self, you crazy. And then she said, watch them. Watch how they're moving. I said, listen, this is the reason why, you guys, I do not go out in public. Because people always putting stuff all in my ear. So now I'm walking around, Flavor, all paranoid. I'm looking to my left, looking to my right, because I'm trying to figure out what's going on tonight, right? But then I started thinking when I got in the car, right? And I tell my guy, I said, did you hear what that lady said? He was like, yeah, babe, what was up with that? I said, the lady told me, y'all, I'm getting to the story about the judges. I said, the lady told me that the mayor of Richmond Heights and the mayor of Maple Heights, they cool, they besties. Self said, how that happen? Because I remember, I remember when you, I said, you who? She said, your ass. I said, me. She said, yeah, you. I said, yeah. She said, you and Blackwell, yeah, was talking about Kim Thomas. I said, that is true. I said, yeah, we sure talked about her ass. I said, I bet you if Kim Thomas found out that we were talking about her, showing up was, she wouldn't be her bestie. Y'all better get out of my business. Mind my business. I'm down show. Go mind yours. If I was you, I'll be very careful.
Yeah, that situation about Maisha Hatton. And I remember Blackwell was saying how Mayor Kim Thomas was so mad that she saw her on the elevator. And Kim Thomas got mad at Blackwell because she thought that, I had put, Blackwell had put me up to it, but that wasn't true. But Blackwell wasn't even rocking with Kim Thomas. Now all of a sudden, they come and hate. It's you, Brown, and now they besties. That is some fake, phony, flunky stuff. But we gonna let them be right there together, and we gonna let them fail together. But I'ma tell you like this: you talk about big sis gonna talk about you. So as long as you don't mind going into the kitchen, getting a little hot, don't mind it, don't get upset when that fire burns your ass. But anyway, this is little Kimmy. I'm hanging out today. I feel good. Damn right, I look good. Yeah. But I tell y'all one thing. I'm going to be in court on December 1st hanging out with Big Sis. And we're going to watch this thing go down. Lies. Them lies you tell. But I'm going to tell you this. Stay out of our business.
I told you, Kimmy herself, boy, they something else. Kimmy fired up. We can't wait. But y'all, man, that's funny. That's funny how two cuckoos can come together and be together and talk mess. But I don't know if it's true what I heard tonight, but I hope it's not, because you need to mind your business. And do me a favor, if you know her, y'all need to call her and let her know. Yep, Kim Brown talked about her tonight on the podcast. And I don't know if it's true, but hopefully for you, it's not true. Brown on Cleveland. Ain't playing. Nope. Nope, not playing with you. All right, y'all, here we go. There's been a lot of conversation about these judges who are soft on crime. So the question tonight, being serious, is, are judges putting politics over community safety? In recent years, we've seen an alarming trend where judicial decisions appear to prioritize political agendas over the welfare of the community. Cases that should have focused on public safety seem to be swayed by outside influences and pressures. When judges make decisions based on political affiliation, they risk undermining the very foundation of justice. This raises serious questions. Are our communities truly safe? Are judges acting in the best interest of the people they serve? Or are they more concerned about their own careers and political capital? Brown on Cleveland, the chat is open. If you guys remember, about a year and a half ago, it may have been 2 years, when Mayor Bibb, City of Cleveland, he was upset with the judges of juvenile court, as well as Mike O'Malley. They made allegations that arresting young people is simply futile at times due to the fact that when the police take them to the detention center, the judges gives them a slap on the wrist and they send them right back home. And it appears that the judges have a long laundry list of violations, and these folks are repeat offenders, and they still put these young people back on the street. The question becomes, why in the hell are we allowing judges to sit in seats when they're making our streets and our community unsafe? Why have them? Why vote for them? I say, outstay stupid asses. If they can't do the job, if they can't lay down the letter of the law, we don't need them. What really got me on this subject matter, being 100% serious, I've been following the case of the 5-year-old who was beaten and raped in the city of Cleveland by a 10-year-old and a 9-year-old. And her mother has been at every single court hearing, pleading to the judge to make sure that the judge uses the letter of the law. But for some reason, the 10-year-old and the 9-year-old, they get to go back home. And I know some people were going to say, well, they just 9 and 10 and they don't know any better. Well, they knew enough to do what they did to that 5-year-old in that vacant field. They knew enough to beat that young girl. They knew enough to rape that young girl. They knew damn well what they were doing. And of course, they had to learn it from somewhere. And for years and years, we've been talking about parental responsibility. There's something called shared responsibility. And I don't want to hear people say, well, you can't watch the kids always. Well, you had them. You had them. If you had them, you watch them. It is your responsibility. So if they get in trouble, then you should have to take care of some of that responsibility. So if the young people can't go to jail, then mama and daddy should go to jail or go to hell. Brown on Cleveland, I said it. And I was just reading some posts about this incident. And every time young people get in trouble, the first thing some men want to say is this: well, there's no father in the home. They're being raised by single women. Let me address this right now. Let me address this. And this is to the men out there, don't care. You can get in my chat. You can say whatever you want to say, you right? Because I ain't taking it back. Y'all kill me. She didn't lay down by herself to get pregnant. It's impossible. You contributed, be it that you were very small, medium, or large. You contributed. And then when you found out that you were having a little person, you decided to, as the kids say, bounce. You are not playing any part of their livelihood. And just because it didn't work out doesn't mean, it doesn't give you a pass not to get involved with your young person's life. So I'm so sick and tired of, hearing people say that or reading comments to say that. Well, if a father was there, well, guess what? Maybe your black ass or white ass or whatever ass you have need to go to jail or hell as well. And I don't care nothing about if they say, I got remarried and I got stepchildren or other children. It doesn't matter. These kids belong to you. It's a shared responsibility. It breaks my heart to see these young people out here getting in trouble. But at the end of the day, guess what? You still gotta be responsible. I don't care what y'all say. You've been talking about me. You've been dragging me. I don't care. Our children are going to jail and hell. You got teachers out here, man, who are quitting. They want nothing to do with these young people. And it's your fault. I saw a lady today on Facebook. This is what she said, y'all. She said that, and I'm paraphrasing. She said that when she sends her children to school, it is the teacher's responsibility to parent them, to train them, to raise them. No, 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 no. I disagree. I disagree. Everybody has a position to play. You're the parent. When a student go to school, the student is a student. Student. The teacher's job is to teach. If you taught your child that when he or she go to school, their position is a student, the teachers could teach and you wouldn't have all this ruckus going on. But it's amazing to me how people pass the buck. Brown on Cleveland. I said it. So watch this. This is what they're saying now. They're saying that the percentage of Americans who think the United States is not tough enough on crime grew for the first time in 30 years, according to the Gallup poll released in November. 58% of respondents said they believe the criminal legal system is too soft, up from 41% in 2020. Soft on crime policies are a term used to describe a range of criminal justice approaches that are often contrasted with tough on crime policies and include measures like bail reform, lower penalties for certain offenses, and alternative sentences like, them damn ankle braces that the kids can take off. Critics argue that these policies lead to increased crime and a less safe society, while proponents or those advocating for reform may describe them as fair, smart, or in an attempt to address systemic issues within the justice system. Your thoughts. Are we safer or are we in danger? The chat again is open. So let me tell you something that happened over in Florida. Now, this is absolutely bonkers, right? A 15-year-old girl named Amy Chance. She was arrested in Florida after allegedly attacking a police cruiser with a shovel. And this happened on November 3rd. According to the police officers, right? When they pulled up to this young girl's home, and they're not telling us why the police were called, this child runs out the house with a shovel and starts beating the police vehicle. She caused over $1,200 worth of damages. And you got people on social media talking about, she shouldn't be responsible for the damages. Why not? Why not? Some people are saying because the city has insurance, but you're out here damaging somebody's property. And because you're 15 and you're having a temper tantrum, some people are literally saying that it's okay. And then you have the dumb crew who have those laughing emojis talking about the police got what they deserve. How is that self? Oh, self said, so while she was beating, I got this, the car with the shovel, what if the police would have got out the car and stated that they felt that their lives were in danger. What if she would have tried to attack a police officer with a shovel? Then the narrative would be different. Then the mama would be hiring Ben Crump, talking about they didn't have to shoot or kill my daughter. A shovel is self. Yeah, a shovel is a weapon. Self said, what if, what if she would have broke a window? And what if the glass would have shattered? And what if the glass would have had a dire impact on the officers? Some people don't have common sense. I got this. I know this. Self said, then you'll have all these people walking around talking about no justice, no peace. Then you have these fake activists out here trying to be on TV. So I know, for a second or two, trying to get 2 minutes of flame shame with a nonsense game. We don't get this. So, oh, no, we can't do it. Yeah. Self said that judges should not be elected. She said that judges should be hired. But the reason why they should be hired is because if you hire them, it would be quicker to fire them. So if they're not doing their jobs, we shouldn't have to wait until the next election to get rid of them, when we know that a political machine will always keep individuals who follow their lead. So again, is it about politics or is it about the safety of our community? Let's go further. There was a story today on Channel 19, right? And this is close to home. Do you guys know where the apartment complex is? It's called St. Luke's Manor. It's right next to Harvey Rice School, right there in that area, right? Shaker Boulevard, you can catch it off of there, or you can catch it off of Martin Luther King Jr. Drive. Well, today, a 76-year-old woman was carjacked by 3 teens. Broad daylight, y'all. She was getting in her car. The young people approached her. She struggled with them. They were trying to take her keys, and she was trying to fight back. 76-year-old, you guys, on a cane. And she got her rollator. These are your sons. 76 years old. Took that woman's car. And after they manhandled somebody's grandma, everybody should be outraged. Everybody should be outraged about this. Somebody's grandma, real talk, y'all. After they took her keys and they started to leave, she begged them to at least give her her cane and her wheelchair, rollator. They yelled at her, according to Channel 19, and they gave her that. Then they began to drive off in the car. And as they backed up, one of the tires ran over the lady's foot. Brown, Cleveland. Of course, the police were dispatched. They found 3 teenagers riding in the car. Teenagers got arrested. Probably come Monday, they'll probably be back on the street. Why? Because we so soft on crime. But the thing that gets me, we are, or it appears to be, that we are more concerned about, and I said this with Freddie, about the perpetrators than we are the victim, right? So now the people, the management company who owns St. Luke's Matter, they make this statement about how they're now going to get security. Didn't last month they had like a lot of cars being broken in their parking lot, and before that they had other issues, and they receive, I don't know what the rent is over there, I have no idea, but you mean to tell me that we got senior apartment buildings where you have a behavior of criminal activity and disruption, and now you're talking about you're looking into security? Damn it, you should have already had security. And we just got done with an election, and the same seniors who are being harmed are the same ones that these candidates went to and begged them for their voice, choice, and vote, and made all of these broken promises through a political machine, stump speech, and the havoc continues to negatively impact our community and streets. Ronald Cleveland. We had some people this year run for judge. Not juvenile court judge, though, but run for judge. I am appalled about all of these things that are going on, and nobody says anything. We have a mayor who has an agenda regarding crime and safety, but yet and still there's no safety, but there's a whole lot of crime. We have people in position who got the title of safety director. They have no experience, they have no qualifications, they have no certifications, and you guys deem that to be acceptable. Not shame on them, but shame on you. The question you got to ask yourself, I've been asking this for the last 30 minutes. Are the communities safe, or are judges putting us in danger? Yeah, I wish that I had a judge old enough to come inside a Little Hut podcast. I really do. Because I need to figure out what's going on. I need to figure out where all of these activists regarding the 76-year-old, I need to figure out where's the organization Black on Black Crime. I do. I need to figure this thing out. I need to figure out why everybody is so silent, especially with that 10-year-old and that 9-year-old and that 5-year-old. And I know there are laws out there talking about, hey, I guess if they 10 years old and below that age level, there's really nothing you can do. Blase this, blase that. Yeah, something you could do. Change the laws, make it happen. Commit a crime, serve the time. If the young person can't serve the time, then mama and daddy need to take up that slack. Show enough, show enough, show enough. And it shouldn't matter if daddy is not in that home. Go get his ass. Make him be responsible for his daughters and his sons. Brown on Cleveland, I said it. You guys, you know what? This here is getting ridiculous. Straight up out of control. And we constantly keep putting people in office, right? And they ain't gonna bust a damn grape. But we do that. It's crazy, right? There needs to be some legislation passed. State reps need to do their job. State senators need to do a tougher job. They need to come together and make some things happen. Then you got to make sure things are enforced, because I always say this: black words on white paper really don't mean a goddamn thing unless you're putting somebody's feet to the fire to make a change. Brown on Cleveland. So me, Self, and Kimmy, we are totally fed up about everything that's going on, not just in this region, but across this here, United States of America. And understand this, we're going to hold Congress people, hold their asses accountable too, because we see a lot of them love to dibble and dab and other people's political races, but they need to handle their business, while, they're doing whatever they need to do. But they need to come down here and understand what's going on, and then go to, unfortunately or fortunately, my stepdaddy and talk to him about issues like this. Now, remember last week, real quick, because I got to go, I told y'all that Governor DeWine was talking about having the National Guards come down here. Listen, I know a lot of you guys don't want that, but I'm going to tell you this. Again, I'd rather be safe than sit up here and do play. I'd rather be safe. So if the National Guards got to come down here to put fear in the streets, we pray that aggression won't bring aggression. But listen, I want my mama, who's 80 years old, to be safe. I want to be safe because I'm heading to the senior citizen position. I want all of my friends, even my frenemies and my enemies, I just want everybody to be safe. Everybody be safe. And if the judges can't do it because they're too soft on crime, because of politics and politics, if the police can't do it because the police, as soon as they do their job, then we got dum-dums out there that's going to talk about no justice, no peace, and bad police. But yet still, you call them. All police are not bad. It's just a few rotten apples, and that's in any career you seek. But as soon as something go wrong, you call the police, but you got their hands tied. Y'all got to figure out what y'all going to do. I don't know. Brown on Cleveland, I say I am for the National Guards coming down here. You know why? Because you can't control your kids. You can't control your grandkids. Parents don't want to take responsibility. Nobody wants to be accountable. Damn it. Give it to the governor and let him do what he needs to do. Brown on Cleveland. So listen, I got to go. I got stuff I got to do tomorrow. Sure do. Don't have to do a darn thing, but I think I'm going to go out there and cut my grass for one last time. So you guys have a great evening. Hey, Sharon, it was always great talking to you. Hopefully you're feeling well. Dana Anderson, congratulations on your council president race. I had a good time over at Flavor in your space today. Y'all had the opportunity to get in my personal business, but you better stay out of my business, because y'all know, mind my business. I'm damn sure gon' mind yours. Brown, that darn Brown on Cleveland. Me, Self, and Kimmy, we
shake your
got
pom-pom. Shake.
Don't forget, join me on December 13th and the Black Women Commission of Cuyahoga County.
She'll roll up on your hometown. She supports the good, but if you're doing wrong, you better watch yourself. If you're cruel and full of spite, she'll shut you down. One wrong step and it's to the ground. She don't play nice with clowns. Brown on Cleveland. She'll lift you up or tear you down, depending on what you got going on. She hates the lies, she seeks the truth. She'll call you out and show the proof. She'll clean the streets, she'll get them right. She works all day, she works all night. She loves or hates based on your deeds. Don't cross her path, don't plant your weeds. Brown, brown, brown on Cleveland. She'll lift you up or tear you down, depending on what you got going on. That darn down brown, brown. Brown, brown on Cleveland. She'll lift you up or tear you down, depending on what you got going on. That darn brown, brown. Shake your pom-poms. Shake, shake, shake your pom-poms.